Yeah, can't wait. Best time of year. Tonight was just about keeping good habits and making sure we're doing the right things. So now we play for real.
Do you like how patient you guys remain through the opening, 35 minutes?
Yeah, it's kind of what we've done all year. Find ways to win. Play good defensively, play sound defensively. They got a few chances, but for the most part, we play pretty well.
In terms of milestones, would you be more pleased with Connor Hellebuck and Eric Comrie earning the William Jennings or 116 points as a franchise record? What are you thinking?
Stanley Cup will be satisfied.
Cole Perfetti also hits 50 points today. I think it was the first time he did that, and 82 games is really important for him. What can you say about his season?
Yeah, it's awesome. Obviously went through some stuff, bumps and bruises, and pretty cool he plays 82. I mean, that's he had a pretty serious injury a couple of years ago, and I knew there was a goal for him coming into the year, and then to see him have success too, not only play 82 but put up 50 points and be a really effective player for our team. It's very impressive.
For the team to win the Jennings 2 straight years, obviously Connor and Eric are a huge part of that, but it's also a testament to your guys' team defense. When you reflect about that, what can you say about just the group's ability to adopt this system and execute it 2 straight years?
Yeah, it says a lot that we had commitment and buy-in. I mean, it's a long season. Play some really skilled players. I mean, they have the ability to put the puck in, and we all bought in. We all block shots, and we have the best goalie in the league. So you combine those two things, and it's going to turn out well.
On a personal note, you're back from injury. You've been back in action for a while. A goal like that, just kind of in your wheelhouse, maybe a good sign that you can take into the playoffs with confidence.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's kind of what it was about, getting these last 4 games. Marty Johnson's been all over me to score a face-off goal all year, so I told him it took 82 games, but hey, we got it done.
Indicating set play.
Yeah, exactly.
What a quick thought on the series with the Blues, and you're obviously quite familiar with them. What are you expecting when the series opens up on the weekend?
Yeah, be a fast, physical series. They've had a heck of a run after the break there, so one of the hottest teams in the league right now. We got to be ready to go.
Awesome. Thanks, Neil.
Thanks, Neil.
Pardon me?
The puck kind of dipped. Looks like
No,
you had the
I
glove
went to catch it and it hit my fingertip, so it hurt, and then it deflected off my fingertip into my face, so that was on me. Got to be better at catching it.
E6 on the short side.
Yeah, that was a tough. I underestimated how hard he shot. I thought I was going to catch it no problem, and then it hurt my hand more than it hurt my face.
Cool. You landed on 50 points as a milestone and 82 games. Both worth celebrating, but which means more to you?
I think playing 82 is something that was something that I always had. After the first 2 years in the career with the injuries and stuff like that, I kind of realized that it is hard to play 82, and it's don't want to take that for granted. So being able to accomplish that this year feels really good.
Second straight season, you guys are the best defensive team. William Jennings, what does it say about your group and your goaltenders?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the goalies, they speak for themselves. Their play was fantastic all year, and it's a pleasure and a treat for us to have them backstopping us. So it was they make life easy for us, and but I think it shows the buy-in and the commitment from this group. Winning it 2 years in a row is not easy, and we're also, we're not sacrificing our offense for it either. We're able to put up, score a lot of goals on top of being the best defensive team 2 years in a row. It's pretty impressive. It says a lot about our group.
You talked about having good habits in the game. What do you think of what you're able to generate offensively as a group today?
Yeah, we created a lot, I thought. I mean, we didn't want it to be one of those games, the last game of the year, kind of nothing game for either side, and we wanted to use it as a good tune-up for game one, and I thought we played pretty good. Their goalie played well. We had a lot of great chances and created lots. Didn't give up too much, and I thought that was a pretty good performance from us.
Now that you know who your opponent will be, what are you expecting from the Blues when you get rolling on the weekend here?
Yeah, obviously they've been playing good hockey as of late since the break, and they're a good team. We saw them, whatever it was, 4 or 5 games ago. So we're familiar with them. We know their game, and they're playing well, and it's gonna be a fun series. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to get game one going.
So you've been building to this moment all year long. What's it like to have it almost here?
Yeah, a lot of anticipation. Obviously, this is something that we've strived for since training camp, but in the second half of the year, it started to feel a little bit more, real. Like we're going to be there. We're going to be a top seed kind of thing as we, are progressing throughout the year. So it's been a lot of anticipation, excitement. I only got one taste of it last year, so it was one of the coolest things ever to play in front of a whiteout. So I'm excited for Saturday.
Is there anything different in terms of this season winning the Jennings compared to last year when you look back on this season in terms of defensive play?
I don't know. I think in a little bit of a different way. Like, to win it 2 years in a row is pretty impressive, I think. And some nights it was great team defense. Some nights it was Helly or Com standing on their head, and that's what you need if you want to be successful in this league and win that trophy. And I think nothing sticks out too much. I think just our commitment to the minor details and playing the right way is something we really took. We really implemented last year, and we did it again this year. So it feels good.
That's cool.
A few milestones to touch upon tonight. You set a franchise record for most points in a single season by Jets 1.0, Thrashers or Jets 2.0. What does it mean to do in front of these fans?
Yeah, again, amazing accomplishment for these guys to put a season together like that. We've done some really outstanding things this year, and when you start day one, game one, you don't anticipate something like this happening, and there's been a lot of fantastic things. I can't credit the players enough for what they've done, and just stayed focused all 82 games, and to get it here at the end was special, and in front of our fans.
A couple of players were asked about the Jennings Trophy, and I think they both said buy-in and commitment in terms of what it says about the group. But what do you see from the top? Why did this team do it twice in a row?
Well, we talked about it in training camp that was, actually the players talked about it. We did a lot of team building stuff at the beginning of the year, and we had some groups that we split them up to groups, and it was amazing that every group came back. That part of our identity, first and foremost, was going to be our how we defended like we did last year, and how it gave us a chance to win hockey games and to be in hockey games that we had enough skill to score goals. But everybody knows that when it comes to game 83 and on, the teams that defend the best are the ones that usually end up at the end of the day, holding that trophy. So the buy-in from these guys the last couple of years has been amazing. And, it isn't just defensive, players. It's your top players, your offensive guys, your role players. It's everybody believing in a certain way to play. And, that gives you the chance to win hockey games. And, you back it up with an outstanding goaltender. Goaltenders, that makes it that much more difficult to play against us.
Looking back on this season, you mentioned it's not just role players and whatnot. How much do you think that the impact of Mark Scheifele and Kyle Connor's evolving defensive game has contributed to you guys repeating this to Jennings?
Well, it certainly is those two. Recognizing that they have to play a certain way, so they're not chasing the game in their end of the rink all night long. But that's been everybody. That isn't just those two. It can be, like Adam Lowry was a good defender. Now he's a great defender. Mason Appleton, Sandberg, like those guys were good defenders, and now they've become, they're the pride that they take in defending every night. It's fun to watch, and I'm real proud to see these guys do it on a nightly basis. And we talk about our defending. Our defending isn't just in our end of the rink. It's when we don't have the puck. It's it's a part of our forecheck. It's part of our tracking. It's part of how we defend through the neutral zone. And it just if you do it long enough, hard enough, it can frustrate the opposition, and that's where our offense comes from. And that's the biggest thing for me, is that we haven't taken away from our offense. Our offense has actually even gotten better because of it. And I think the players recognize that you do the right things without the puck, you have it more on your stick, and now you can go do all the fun things, and that's score goals.
Is there any element of that, like when you're a coach and you're teaching and you're preaching defense, and you say, well, the offense is going to come, you guys are going to get those opportunities, but is there any element of that you had to learn and be like, phew, yep, they did score as much as I told them they were going to?
Well, I think we have the offensive talent that once puck gets in their hands, that they're going to do the right things, and they're going to make it hard on the opposition. But that started a few years ago, that we started to talk about how we had to play when we didn't have the puck, and it's gradually our offensive side. We still talk about offense. We still look at teams, how they defend us on the rush, how they defend us in their end of the rink. There's areas that if it's a man-on-man team, how we attack them. We have game plans for teams that swarm. So there's lots of areas where we do work on our offense just as much as we do on our defense. But if you don't have the puck, you got to get it back, and that's these guys have recognized that the faster they get it back, the more more chances we are in a position for us to score goals.
Scott, your singular focus has been such a key for your group, but is there a signature moment for you that will stand out about the regular season, or a theme on the whole? A lot of the stuff we talked about, and there's for us, we had a list of them. I can't tell you them all, but we talked about getting off to a great start. We did that. We talked about those I had mentioned a few times about the three sort of seasons that are within the season, and we came out of those three different segments. And then the last one ended tonight, but won all those segments and won them, going away, and eliminating the 8 teams, winning the Central. Like we hit a lot of things that we were. We were shooting for, and that's where our leadership and our group has just bought into the team first mentality, and I know I can't hit it right on the button on one. Just how proud I am of that. We had we had some goals and some things that we want to do coming out of training camp, and kind of to your point, you don't know if it's going to happen. You're hoping that it's going to work, and it's been these 82 games have been just fantastic.
Sorry, just one more on Neil Pionk. Him coming back in the lineup. We've talked a lot about Neil's presence, off the ice in your room, but Neil Pionk in your lineup, especially going to the playoffs here, like how important is his presence for the Winnipeg Jets going into the stretch run?
Yeah, we know what he does. Like you mentioned, all those great things about him being a leader and the room and all that stuff. But the other side for me is you really notice that he has an offensive side to him. We saw it tonight, but he has an offensive side much like Josh Morrissey, and those are important, because if we're trying to create our offense, it has to come from everybody on the ice. It has to come from your back end as well. They have to. We've been harping this for the last 3 years here about the offense has to come from all 5 guys on the ice, and if our D aren't a part of that, it's real easy to shut us down. And when Neil's not there, that's another weapon for us, not only on the power play, but 5-on-5, he makes plays, and he, whether that's passing the puck or getting that shot off, he has a real good offensive instinct that we miss when he's not there. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.